What?
What's up, everybody? Shawn here with another live to roll. Got Bobby back this week. Just gonna be hanging out with you guys. Been a little bit busy and stressful week for both of us, actually. But for me, and I didn't put anything together, so we just got the open discussion Q&A AMA today. So anything you guys want to ask, any questions you guys have, anything you want to discuss, drop it in the chat. We definitely want to hear from you. Want to get everybody involved in the conversation and just hang out and have some fun today. So hope everybody's having a good day. And yeah, there we go. Leland from last week, living and active, is in the chat there. What's up, Leland? Welcome back. Thanks for coming on last week.
Yeah, sorry I missed you.
Yeah, no, he'll be actually. I was gonna even suggest him. I could have done it after the show or before, but I'm just gonna put you on the spot. Might be a good one for rolling over the hill too, if you guys ever want to invite. Invite someone else on, because yeah, he's had like a little bit of a different injury. It's not like a one injury; it was a prolonged progression. But welcome everybody in the chat. Welcome, Nicole. Good to see you too. Mom in the chat. Leah. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's.
Well, you want to introduce ourselves and talk about our sponsors
Yeah, I
real
didn't
quick?
actually do a full introduction, did I? So
No,
yeah,
no,
I am Shawn
you're
Fluke,
off today.
C5, C6 quadriplegic from a snowboarding accident 22 years ago now. And yeah, just hanging out with you guys. Bobby, you want to introduce?
Yeah. I'm Bobby Rohan, C5, C6 as well. I don't even, 35, 36 years ago. From a bicycle accident. Love coming in. Love to see the chat going on. I see we got Gracie back. She was asking me about coming back. I'm like, of course you can come back anytime. So glad you're here, and glad to see everybody. And Mama, hi Donna, Mama.
Yeah, no, thank you everybody for joining. And like you said, we got kind of just an open discussion today. So if you guys do have any questions or anything you want to talk about, drop them in the chat. We would love to talk about them. But yeah, we've just, like I said before, we both had a little bit of a stressful week. I'm just been stressed with all this house stuff, and been 2.5 months now trying to buy a house. But but hopefully sometime in the near future it'll work out.
Welcome to being a homeowner.
Yeah, not quite yet. Still the stresses of it. Yeah, right now just the stresses of it, none of the actual ownership of it. But one of these days,
Okay, it's part of it. It's part of it. Oh, and then if you're a homeowner and then you refi, it almost starts almost all over, except without what you're going through. I didn't have to make any modifications to have a refi. So that's a good thing. But sending in everything, especially after a change of employment, they're like, you're not bringing, I don't get where your income's coming, and it's just like, what is retirement? I retired. I have 401k. We're bringing in,
yeah, that's what it is.
We never missed a payment on our house. So obviously, once our payments go even lower, what's the problem?
Yeah, I know. What would be but that is one of the big things, and that's what we've had the talk on here before, and I think it's a topic to be good to cover and stuff in the future again. But that is the financial issues of, especially living with disability and having like limited income a lot of times, and having to like figure out all those things, and people looking at it and being like, well, like even for us, like I don't make hardly anything with, but one thing that's kind of cool about we learned during this process, or Leah had even learned even before we started it. But if you're someone that has like SSI or just an untaxable income, they do what's called grossing up. So whatever you make, they can add up to like 15 to 25% to like pretend you made that much. So like looks like you make more on paper to help your DTI. I don't know. It's a thing. That's what all the mortgage, the lenders and stuff do. It's the grossing up is a. I actually want to have a mortgage specialist come on and talk about how that all works and stuff. And it kind of makes no sense because they're like, you're already low income, and they're like, no, yeah, just tell them you make this much. It's fine. It's pretend. Don't worry about it.
I That's a new one to me. Wow.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's called grossing up, and it is kind of stupid, but that's something they can do to help people like us be able to afford homes, to like make our DTI and our income look better on paper, to the
Mm.
in the underwriters and stuff for the underwriters.
Well, in the long run too, it pays off for you. So
Right. Yeah. So because it works out, it allows somebody like me to become like a homeowner, and like yeah. So it's kind of cool, something we learned during this whole process. But
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, a lot of
definitely.
things we've learned, but that was one of them.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, so
Well, you're almost there. You're on the home stretch. I mean, no matter how you look at it, you got, um, you know, before you know it, you'll be in there and dealing with a lot of other crap. So, welcome to adulthood, Shawn.
I know. Yeah, that is. Uh,
Get that toes wet and jump on in because it's nothing but fun and thrills from here on out.
yeah. No, I know. That's what it is. Yeah, once because especially once we do get it, that is I gotta be a whole lot more responsible and smarter with everything, than I've been in my life. Not something that I've done a great job of in my first like 40 years of life. Just these last couple, I've tried to make the change and really start budgeting and like thinking about how much I'm spending, or like yeah stuff. But actually, we got a question in the chat. Leon actually asked something. He has a question. What does everyone do to stay upbeat during this time of year? Because I know sometimes during the winter or the colder months, it can be hard to stay upbeat, to stay, you
Yeah.
know, looking, especially if you're in a area that like I know Leon's up there. He gets quite a bit of snow. It's really cold temps. It's hard, I'm sure, to get out a lot during the winter months and do much, see many people. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna toot my horn or toot Chat GPT, but finding your hobbies and why I brought up Chat GPT is, if you're looking for something different, I mean, that's a good way to kind of open it up of things that you might not think of. You know, maybe it might be you get into some type of art thing. There was one year I had my iPad and somebody told me to download. Procreate, an app to to do some overlay, pictures and drawings, and it was fun, and got me through some of that I was learning how to draw on an iPad, and I'm the worst. I am the worst. So, I made about 6 or 7 different things of that I thought might be challenging, and so looking into something that might be helpful, but maybe getting some ideas of in that way. If it's learning a new language, um, you know, we were at, I wasn't here, and Leon, once again, sorry, but you know, just, my dad's in the hospital again. It's not looking good, and it just sucks. And he's now in a nursing home, rehab nursing home, just like my mom was a year ago, and she just passed a year ago. Just went through the anniversary, and here I am back in the saddle again with this shit. And after dealing with it 6 months last year, and it just scares me, and it's bringing me down. And then we lost a good friend, Kyle, and his service was on Saturday, and it was just like I just some days when you just want to throw in the towel. But I saw something on his Instagram, uh, and one of our friends gave me the idea. But on Friday, I took time of myself, and I went and got a tattoo.
Did you?
And
Mhm.
yep, I got Kyle's tattoo. He had this on his leg, and I got it on my arm.
Right on.
Yep. So it was kind of a dedication to my buddy Kyle, and it was kind of now I look at it and it kind of gives me a little bit of an upbeat spirit that I will get through this. And this with my dad wherever it goes. And luckily, I have lots of support, and I'm going to lean on them and you guys. So thank you so much. So, but I'll get there. And if anybody doesn't know, my dad has really bad dementia right now, and it just sucks when he's ill, and he got ill from UTI. So we're all knowing about UTIs, right? But when you're at the age, he's 77, getting a UTI can just, um, debilitate you to nothing almost. I mean, right now, he ate 30% of his food today. I refused to feed him. Um, and he just kept opening his mouth as I was trying to get it on the fork for him. And now this is the funny part, Shawn. A quad getting the lasagna on the fork to feed, to get it in my dad's hands, who's already shaking to death, is something I need to take because it's a hoot. Um, so, but I'm going to stay positive through it, and it will be where it will be, and I can't control it, and it sucks not to have a dad that's laying there in this bed, but he's not my dad anymore. And I'm just working on those things. I went through it with my mom, and I'll get through it with my dad. So I'm just leaning on something to do for myself. Rob, you said I want a tattoo. Yeah, I mean that's what I did. I went, and then I also got my touch up. I don't know if I can see it, but it
I
came
can.
out of the Just Breathe. I got it finally. It says Just Breathe. So when I look at it right here, just breathe. That's all I can do.
Here, I can. Let me. There we
What's
go.
that? Oh, I don't know. It's upside down. So it just
Oh
says
yeah, I
Just
can
Breathe.
see. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, and then here's the tattoo on my arm. So starting to do that, or the heel where,
Yeah, it's starting to
like,
peel.
yeah, that little peel session. So I felt good about it, and it got me through the weekend. It got me through the service on Saturday for our good friend that we all knew and loved, and it was amazing to see like 300 people at a service for this young guy. And we've had him on our show, and it just to know, here is somebody that was a guest to ever have left us in such a young age.
Yeah, no, I know. Kyle's that's was really sad and really just crazy. And yeah, Kyle's been on the show. I even have one of his a transfer video on here from when he was over at my house one of the times when he was transferring in his little studio couch. Um, and yeah, some other stuff. But yeah, that happens way too often, especially in our community. I feel like losing people. Something I feel like since becoming part of this community and having my injury like 22 years ago now. Um, yeah, I'm well over into the double digits of friends that I've made and now lost. Uh,
Way too much, way too many, and that's what sucks. And here's something, and I think we talked about it on the show. There's a gentleman that was in the hospital for a UTI, and his dysreflexia was going crazy, it would get better, and then it would go spiking high, and it spiked so high one night to where it caused or not it caused an aneurysm. Yeah,
Yeah.
burst his the vein in your brain, and he was just like that. When it could, should be helped, right? You're in the hospital, but so it's scary. And getting back to what was asked too, what do you do during these times to stay to keep motivated and angry? Cod, you said stay busy, engaged, and did I mention stay busy? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, find something that you are going to enjoy. I think I saw Paul, and if you're here, Paul for Christmas got the biggest Lego thing I've ever seen in my life. It's a pirate ship, and I mean, it's huge. It's huge, and he's starting to put that together, and do it with his kid. So I mean, if it's going to be Legos, and we have somebody on our channel. If you go back, what maybe a couple of years ago, Shawn, 2 years ago, the guy who what's his name, who did Legos,
Oh,
the gamer,
yeah. Damn it, now I get
blue hair.
Spencer.
Spencer, yeah. He
Uh,
was all about, here's a quad that was doing Legos. Now, Legos aren't the cheapest thing. And um, so, yeah. Um, yeah. So but just find something. You'll find it. And if you need a little bit of help, ask ChatGPT and say, give me some hobbies and throw in what you're into. Some of the things that you do like.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, that is one thing that's those things are good for, is just to help, yeah, give you some ideas maybe. Um, oh, Nicole put Ashley. Ashley also was on, and she does Legos as well. The power lifter Ashley,
Oh,
Paralympic.
that's right. Yeah, I forgot about her too.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had her on here too. But yeah, that's what Nicole remembered that. So
Yeah, that's a good one, Nicole. I forgot about her. One thing, the one a couple years ago when Spencer, he had even tools, for us quads
yeah, because
to
he's a
take.
quad.
Yeah, and I don't even think, even if you're not a quad, I think unhooking some of these, once you kind of flatten them down, then all of a sudden you go, oh crud, that one doesn't go there, and then trying to pull them apart. I think anybody with some different hands has to suck. Right now is a great time. I'll tell you, right now is a great time. The Olympics are on. So for those
Yeah,
who watch the Olympics, I have it on every morning. It helps. And my wife, just like 2 minutes before the show started, ruined it for me because I only got through half of curling mixed doubles. We were going for gold, and she told me what the outcome was, and I was like, oh, I
uh,
only got through half of it today. And that's my favorite sport of the Olympics for
I,
winter. So
man, that's
I,
I feel like curling got popular this last like 10 years, but I would feel like I'm OG curling. I've been into it for a long time. I think it's so it's
and I
fun and
still don't even get some of the the tactics of what they're trying to accomplish on this one. I'm like, okay, I guess. All right. I mean, it's like, yeah, just crushing rocks. There you go, Ingrid. Yeah. Um, but you know, looking at that for a couple weeks, trying to get into it. I just watched it finished up luge, women's luge. Some good results there for anybody who hasn't seen it. They are on at night, and then for anybody who subscribes to Peacock, man, they got a great way to look at all the stuff that's already been run. And then go Canada. Your women's kicked butt in hockey, by the way, yesterday. Um,
but I don't know if Paul women's hockey today doesn't sound like it went as good
no,
as
no, no. Oh, what were they on today, Paul? Oh, whoops. Spoke too soon. I thought they were going tomorrow. Um, uh, you can get Peacock, and they have something called the Gold Zone. So in the morning, that's when it's live for us. It's I think like our morning is their like our 7 o'clock is their 7 o'clock. I think it is, and that's when going there. And what they do is they're like, oh, check out this one going on right now, and then check out uh, this sport going on, and then oh, we got a medal alert here. Watch this. So they're flipping it around for you for the best stuff that's on at that time. So it's great. So check it out. I mean, sorry, I did a lot of talking there, Shawn, and
No, you're good, man. That's cool. I go.
you said
I
two,
love it.
you said two
You're
words
hyped
maybe
on the
today.
Olympics. I like it. I'm hyped. I like it. People should be watching. That's a we've been talking about it and we've been wanting to watch more, but we haven't gotten to watch that much. And it has been frustrating just because we've been all stressed and frustrated with this dealing with the lender and different stuff with going on. But honestly, yeah. And then we also that was one thing I was kind of hoping that we would already have moved, and I was gonna try to maybe like subscribe to Peacock for the month, like we did for the Summer Olympics. But like since we're in like the middle of limbo, we don't know. We're just been watching stuff on YouTube and like getting to watch all the highlights and stuff. So we
Yeah,
haven't really watched much live at all, um, but it's awesome. So we're still gonna be watching and catching up on a lot of it.
and then uh, if you're looking into, I love it that everybody's coming and joining us in this chat, but I hate to, not that I hate to keep saying this because I said, come on and join our workout group. You got 4 times per day. You get to interact just like this. I mean, we work out, but we also do some talking in between the workouts. And so it's something to think about that, Leon, if you're wanting to get uh, uh, healthy, looking into coming and joining us for anybody out there, it's $30 a month and you get 4 times per day. And then we also have a group chat that whenever we have something on our mind or want to say something or ask a question, we go on group chat, chat me. I don't know. So I don't know what is it, Paul. I'm so bad at social media crap, but it's for that. So it's fun, interactive once a day, or even we got a couple people that do twice a day on some of these workouts. You can go as light or as easy as you want.
Yeah, no, that is really cool. That's honestly such a cool thing, and like you said, it is just a community thing. Like even if you don't want to be diehard workout, you just go. You'll just get your arms moving, blood flowing. You don't have to have weights. You don't have to have anything strenuous. Do anything to overwork yourself. Just kind of go and enjoy the community aspect of it.
Yep.
Get your blood flowing a little bit. Group me, Paul said. That's
Group.
the
Yeah.
chat. That's
That's
what you guys use for your group chat. That's cool.
And then
And
even through our workout crew, they got me on this stupid game that I'm really hating, and but I can't stop finding these stupid stickers. But Monopoly Go, I mean, it's so addicting and so stupid. But once you get hooked, yeah, it's just like another game to get addicted to instead of drugs. Say no to drugs.
just play addictive games.
Yeah,
Everybody gets their dopamine fix from somewhere.
yeah.
That's what social media mostly is. Over a lot of people, I feel like that's where people get that dopamine.
Uh, and from earlier, everybody was reaching out saying, "Get well." To my dad, thank you so much for all the kind words and stuff like that. And we'll get through it one day at a time. And um, yeah, it's a. I'd rather have a spinal cord any day than lose my mind. So,
Yeah, no, that seems like that's got to be so hard. And I know from a lot of stuff, like because Leah's done a lot of work in that. That's where she previously had done most of her like caregiving. Her specialty has been like Alzheimer's and dementia care. Um,
yeah,
and some like it sounds like it's very stressful and hard for like the family and everybody to go through. It's just really. really tough thing to do. So um, yeah, that definitely thoughts and prayers to you and everybody out there that is going through stuff like that. I know Leon mentioned his mom having cancer. I think I was gonna wanted to make sure I also uh, yeah, she mom found out her cancer moved her lungs. So praying for you too, Leon. That's hard, man. So I know everybody out there going through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, when you're trying to get something started, it sucks. The beauty of where we live is there's so many of us around, and then when you're in these areas that have a hard time to get things going, it's tough. Yeah, um, yeah, and Olivia, text me later your that ID number for Monopoly Go. But yeah, he does like music. Uh, when I brought in a player for my mom, it got stolen twice. So
Uh,
it sucks. But they asked me there, and they said they're going to get him up to, they do a lot of music over there. So it's funny. When he hears songs, he'll start singing the words. And before he got sick, he loved to dance. When they at where he lives at the memory care facility, every Wednesday they bring in somebody who sings live, and they always got him out on the dance floor.
that's
And he
cool.
could sing the word. Like if I took him this was actually a year and a half ago when I was still able to take him somewhere. Now I can never take him because um, he's a big guy. My dad is built exactly the opposite of me. So you know that, Shawn. If anybody's
Yeah, no,
seen
your
my dad,
dad's
he's huge.
yeah,
My
he was
dad,
like a bigger fit. Yeah, like he's a strong guy.
yeah, he was a bodybuilder in his younger days, his 30s and 40s. He became this big guy, and then when he stopped and just started eating more and unhealthy, the muscles didn't quite go away, but the gut came in. So I would say my dad's close to 85. So that's a lot for me to handle.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's hard, and I bet he does dance great as well. That sounds like it'd be fun. That's one of the things I know that can be really beneficial is like the music and stuff because sometimes those connections in the brain still seem
Mhm.
to like
Yeah, like if I
be
go over there, it's funny on dementia that if I said, Dad, what's my name? He kind of knows that lately it's been getting less and less that he knows me. Like, oh, and he'll always stick his tongue out at me. I'm like, hey, Dad. And he's like, it's cute. And he did that today. So that was a good sign. I liked seeing that. But what was I going to say? But he couldn't tell me my name or anything like that. And Ken, I'm not sure what stage they would. I would say he's almost at the top now. And how long can somebody live at that level? Yeah, it's what's going to get him is most likely a UTI or a fall. So when they can't get him up anymore and moving, that's it goes like this real fast.
yeah, yeah, right, because that's like that's what even Leo had said before too. That's usually what happens is those are the complications. That's how they went. Oh yeah, that's what that was one thing that I when she was the first and the only caregiver that knew what Hippurx was when I was taking my medications because a lot of older people that's a common thing for UTIs to help prevent. But yeah, that's one thing that I know that that's typically UTIs or falls having a wound thing something
Hmm.
are more likely because the dementia isn't gonna be what actually like ends the person's life or it's just the other
Yeah,
complications typically.
we had Rob and Tara on not too long ago, and Rob said music is my passion. Um, some Rob, I would say you probably got into this, Rob, with your computer. of how to create music on your computer. If you ever watch his YouTube videos and listen to his music, holy cow! I mean, if you're a quad like or somebody with a injury, uh, definitely you're gonna like most of the lyrics just hit with you, and you're like, oh my god, that's me, that's me, that's me, and it's his music. So check out his music, and it probably, that I would say a good hobby would be creating music um, for yourself.
Yeah. No, I mean, especially if that's something that you have ever had an interest in or wanted to do or like have a talent for, that's really cool. But yeah, like I think any of those things, finding a hobby, like whether that is music, if you want comedy, trying to do funny stuff, want to be, I mean, all kinds of stuff like that that you could try to do. You don't have to be the best, you don't have to be a professional, but it's fun to work on yourself and, you push yourself to do more and to learn and it's just
Mhm.
fun. I think that kind of stuff is great.
There's a
Like,
gal I've been following on YouTube and watch a lot of her stuff, who's in a chair, and she's got a rare disease where she's progressing, kind of like an MS. She's got red hair. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, please put that in the chat. But she's hilarious. She's hilarious. And I mean, she gets on big stages. And if anybody ever watches, what's that, Kill Tony, she's always featured on there. So, um, or come up with your own, podcast. Everybody has a podcast these days. And maybe one day we'll make the Netflix ones. I found that Netflix has podcast like tons of podcasts now on Netflix.
yeah, I actually
Um,
didn't know that, but I did just see that the Breakfast Club show, the it's like the morning radio show, just got picked up on Netflix and put on there, which is, um,
yeah,
but
I'm
yeah,
hooked on this one called Murder with My Husband,
oh
and
yeah,
it's a husband and wife, and she loves cases and stuff like that, and he hates them. So I guess they put together a podcast several years ago, and now it's on Netflix, and she just tells you about all these interesting cases, which is like in this day and age, if you ever took somebody out, you might as well just walk into a police station and it was like, I give up because there's no way. I mean, cell phones, just people, you can't get away with it for the most part. I know there's some out there,
yeah, yeah,
but eventually you're going to get caught. Eventually. I mean, some of how these people get caught, if you're ever into those, what is
I
it,
watched
Daylight?
some, but I haven't watched too many of like the whole murder, like what's that people called that are just like into the, yeah, just like the whole like putting like murder board together and like
No, yeah. I mean, it's interesting and it always sad. I mean, it's the saddest thing what's up, Derek? To hear about some of these people's lives taken way too soon because of somebody stupid, or just a case. There was a big case here in Orange County a long time ago, and where these guys robbed or kidnapped this guy, took him out to the desert because they thought he had $1 million out in the desert, and tortured him and sliced off a member that shouldn't be sliced off for any male. Um, and, it, of course, they're going to get caught. But the documentary or the Dayline was just so interesting. Oh, and they like poured like acid on him or something. It was just or gasoline, threatening they were going to burn him. Like, and he was blindfolded. It was just so sad. So,
yeah.
oh, that's a great show. That's a great show, Olivia.
We actually want to start watching that. We've talked about wanting to watch that, Only Murders in the Building. It does have
Yeah,
great reviews. It looks good.
it is.
I've never seen it actually.
Yeah.
uh,
So,
but yeah, that stuff is wild, man. And even right now. We've both been a little bit, especially Leah's been. We've been super captivated right now with the news with the Nancy Guthrie lady, like that's
Yeah,
missing and been abducted. Like shit, scary. Man. That's like the real life playing out. We're playing out right now.
yeah,
Mystery thing. So, oh god,
yeah. Careful. Protect that face there. We're gonna have to get you like foam pads around your monitor.
I know. That's what. But you should have seen. We were doing not this last Friday, but Friday 2 week and a half ago or so. We were doing Nicole's um,
Class.
peer to peer class,
Mhm.
and I was not feeling good. I had AD these last couple weeks. I've not been feeling good and had like really bad AD both days. But that one day I was having really bad AD and I'm getting clammy, I'm sweating. I feel my body building up spasm like kind of near the end of the show. And I went to back out from under the desk, but I didn't make it all the way. I made it like to where my knees were at the edge. I spasmed back super hard. I flipped this desk over, flipped the laptop back that way, the whole water, everything on this desk flipped over. Luckily, that camera was off, so nobody in that meeting saw. Nicole's probably just hearing about it. I told Leon about it, but
Oh my gosh.
I flipped the. I've never flipped the desk over done during the show, but it flew because right where I was, I hit like the right at this edge of the desk, and I was a violent spasm back, and yeah, I flipped the entire desk over, and luckily the dog's bed is right on the other side of here, but like he jumped up right when I spasmed, so like luckily he got off the bed and moved before the table and everything on it came crashing down on him. So
Yeah, somebody asked me, did you pass out last week or your AD was really low last week?
I was having AD again, and I was breathing like I was like, and like I think Angry Quad asked me, he's like, "Are you okay? Are you breathing, Shawn?"
Yeah, somebody texted me. I was
I'm
like,
like,
is he okay? I'm like, why? And something wrong? And they're like, looked like he was about to pass out.
no, that's what man. That blood pressure and the AD stuff. I feel like I'm either AD and clammy and feeling like crap, or I'm like so low that I'm like about to pass out, or I'm getting that AD when I'm starting to get clammy, but I'm like trying to breathe and like
Yeah, you're getting clammy because of your blood. You got to start looking into that Metadrin.
I
Or,
know, yeah, maybe, yeah. But the problem is, I feel like I get the spikes too, so it's just scary. I don't know.
yeah,
But
but if you take that low dose and you take it once a day, usually it'll be a little bit better. I know it helps me. I still get them, and then sometimes I don't take it for a couple of days, and then I'm doomed. I'm doomed. Um, it's funny.
yeah, and that's a huge. Yeah, you're right. I was fine, but yeah, that's stuff is definitely like tough to deal with as a quad, especially. I feel like, but uh,
Yeah, I get you, Angry Quad. Yeah, people disappear every day, but I think yes, it's because of who she is, but I think that's because of who she is. I think that's why it's getting media attention because she is in the media. So, it's part of, you know, how this world rotates, Got to make it interesting at the beginning.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know that's what the but I'm sure that is true. That's what we had talked about before. Yeah, now I'm starting. My body's really starting to spasm. But I
Hold
know
on.
people go missing all the time. But yeah, right now my abs feel like they are just tight. Like I'm squeezing my abs so hard right now, and I'm just like flexing my six pack. That's what my body feels like right now. Just for anybody that's. And
Every morning when I get in my chair, I do this. I'm like, "Ooh, I got abs for a second. Keep going," and then it's uh, got
yeah, that's yeah. I know it kicks on for that second. Mine kick on all the time, which is just scary sometimes. Oh well, thank you, Olivia. I was trying to read. Teresa
Uh,
had a comment in there. Sorry, I was trying to read it. Hey, Shawn, my friend started having AD, and she's quite low. Having an SCI when she was using the Parastine after about 2.
Parasite.
It could be, but my blood pressure has been the uh,
Ever since I've known you,
I was
it's
gonna
been.
say, yeah, since well before um, I was doing that when I was using the suppositories for the so many years as well. So yeah, I
And
don't
you
know.
have to remember, Shawn is maybe a buck 20 if dripping wet.
No, I actually am just about 100 pounds. I'm just over
See,
100 pounds.
yeah, okay,
I'm
yeah,
6'1" and like 105 pounds at
yeah,
most. About right is a.
yeah, fatten you up, man.
I do know that. Yeah, I gaining weight has been hard for me though. Really, my whole life, I've never really gained like.
But that is something to think about, though, Shawn. Though it is interesting because when I tried out the Parastine, oh my gosh, I did have very bad low or blood pressure. It was just like I was like, oh, and I got it on bowel program, and I still get it. I know when you know, I know when my system's working for the colostomy, because all of a sudden I'm just like clammy on one side, and it's like, oh, I know what this is.
That's when you can tell that your like bowels.
I'm moving, yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, like, so I was gonna say that is one thing with the Parastine. I do get better clear outs than I think I ever did with just using suppositories. And so some days I will have such a good evacuation and clear out. I will feel really low after like even on the like before like getting into the shower like after I'm finishing I'm like god because like I'll literally like I just crapped out everything in my body. So like my body I get so low because I'm like it's just that like I get a little bit of AD while I'm going and I just feel like yeah, I just clear out everything and I end up feeling super low. But
And that's see that if you know that that's when it's going to happen, that's always a great time to do Metadrin. And like Ingrid Quad said, doesn't mean you have to do it every day. Just hey, I know the pattern. You know, like everything, we learn a pattern to our body, and so it's like as soon as I have this one type of spasm where all of a sudden I'm like this and I'm twisting to to the right and kind of back and I'm like and then I it stops and I'm like I got a UTI just like that. I know
you
it.
could just
That's how well you get to know your body. I mean, so it might be something to look into. Ask your doctor and just try it.
all
It's
right.
worth a shot than feeling like shit for the next hour, especially when you're in the shower because that's the best time.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean that might be a good time because yeah, that's what it's hard because if I get that super bad low, I don't want to take like a hot shower because I'm not. I'm gonna feel even lower usually after getting like if I'm in a hot or steamy shower and it just feels like kind of miserable through the shower and I'm like struggling. So that could be a good time for me maybe to
Hmm.
have something like a midodrine to
Yeah, and what was it on Saturday? Get in my car, uh, and we I no, this wasn't Saturday. Monday, Sunday. Before Super Bowl, I ate a muffin, English muffin, before going to see my dad. And I know what that's going to do. It's going to drop my blood pressure, and then I get in the car and drive. So something like that. And so as we were driving, I'm asking, and I think I've told this story many times, is my I tell my wife, start pulling as many hairs out of my leg as you can, because that dysreflexia is going to help bring up my blood pressure. But she mentioned That would have been a good time to take your Metadrin before we ate and got on the road.
Yeah, that's probably smart. A good time, yeah, because eating that's uh gonna make I get the same thing. I get that drop, and then for some reason, even drive almost regardless driving when I'm on the road, I get low. So like whether I've eaten or I've been wearing my binder when I do drive a lot more now. Something I've gotten into the habit of. I have the binder in the car, like a pretty good app binder, and I will put that on like before I'll start driving, especially if I'm driving more than like 10-15 minutes. The
Can you
shorter
get it
drives,
tight enough? Can you get it like Leah's probably on the extra small binder, like, trying to do it as tight as you can
no,
because
this one actually, this one gets pretty tight. Yeah, no, she's good at it. And even on that one, she's gonna add some loops to it so that I can do some of it a little help, sometimes more on my own. I can kind of tight and attach it to my driver's seat too. So it's just kind of always there. But it
yeah.
does actually get pretty tight, and it's got like it's got the main strap that goes around, and it's actually made pretty small, like so it's not too slim for me. And then it has like an additional strap that goes around, like a second, like dual binder one. So it
Oh,
that two big Velcro things that do work pretty well for me. Oh, later, Leon.
like when I was going to show you my binder, but it's not a binder. It's like for working out.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's more of like a weight belt.
yeah, but what's nice is when I have it on, and it comes back the other way. Ah, don't go out. Don't go out. So when I come back around, I can really get it tight, and it just so it's great when I am in that low AD around here. I can do it, and if I got one for my, it'd be something to get for your car, but you want to get an extra long one. And I've taken mine to get straps even longer. This Velcro to come around and make it longer. So I took it to a shoe guy who has a better sewing machine to
Yeah,
help
the
me
shoe
modify.
shop that they can go through thicker material.
Yeah, so it's something to think about for AD. But it's great if I have it around here because I just use it, and so now it gives me the idea to maybe do that for my car as well.
Yeah, no, I think that's the one thing for sure. I think it's a good idea to do in the car. So it's we're gonna try to make something where it's a little bit more of a setup in there all the time. So it's easy enough every time I transfer, I can just strap up really tight there and feel.
Well, and get it something modified where it it just comes around all the time when you want it, and to get it tighter. So you might have to. Uh, it'd be kind of ghetto, but you don't want to duct tape it to your seat. But there's got to be a way. Going
Yeah,
to a seat upholstery, I'm sure they can sew something in for you, maybe a car seat upholstery, and like your car seat comes out, so they can take that seat and
yeah,
maybe
because it's
do.
on a transfer base, they could if they needed to or something.
Mhm.
But but yeah, that's what we are gonna figure something like that out to get a little bit of a
Yeah.
better setup. But right now, I have been doing that these last, well, definitely the last like 6 months or more. I've been kind of doing that pretty regularly. Um, so if I can, and I was gonna try to get because we're getting kind of near the end. There was a few other questions. Paul had a question about, I think, asking about the midodrine. Don't know if you can get that here. I don't know in Canada, so I don't know if Jay or somebody else that's from Canada might know. They um, are up in the area, but that's a good question. So it's called midodrine, and I'm sure it'd be available everywhere. But and then
Besides Menadrin, what else can you use?
And then
Not
Tara,
Chat GPT.
yeah, I know Tara asked if we use high athletic socks or like I use mostly regular socks, but I do have some of the my sorry, my brain is um
Compression.
compression socks. I could not think of the like what
Yeah.
is the name of them. I do have some compression socks that I've done for like a long flight back like a couple years ago, and um but I think even as I'm now getting older, I feel like I'd probably use them even more often, maybe for like even being in a car for a long period of time, or just if I know I'm going to be maybe just in the chair or something somewhere for a long period. Um, but yeah, those are a great thing to do. And then, sorry, one more question, or I don't know if you want to mention anything on that too, Bobby. But if you do, I'd love.
No, I've never done that. Um, they're a pain in the butt to get on. Paul is in the chat, so Paul, you tell us how you get yours on because I know Paul's a big user on his socks. Um, he's always wearing them.
Oh yeah, Paul's got good. Okay. Um, and then one
Yeah,
more.
and a lot of times more people use it because of their um, swelling at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, I know that's what it helps with swelling too, for sure. Not just the blood pressure, but yeah, in the summer, and my legs will get a little bit more swelling in the summer and stuff for sure too. My feet and things. So something good to probably try to maybe use this summer. I might want to get more accustomed
Yeah,
to.
they give you some options for some of it in Canada for that, Paul. If you want to look it up.
Yeah, because Jay says he took it, so I know he's in Canada. Um,
But it's giving me a bunch of other stuff. I don't think it knows what. Maybe I need to put Mediterranean drug. Give me some ADA stuff.
oh, okay, yeah. uh, oh, and then John in the chat put eat smaller meals and don't drink while eating. Um, and that does, I know, help for me too. When I do sometimes wait, because if I wait too long to eat, I get low because I get all weak and low because I haven't eaten in a while. And then when I do finally eat, and it's a bigger meal a lot of times, same thing. I'll be low while I'm eating because my body's trying to, it's still low and trying to digest, and it's like a whole balance of it. And then once you've digested that giant meal or trying to digest the giant meal, you're just still low, and it just takes forever to like to
Yeah,
rebound the level.
and eat something that's on the lighter side. So, like for me in the morning, I know that if I start out with yogurt and fruit, like an apple or orange in the morning, and then or even my protein shake, I don't get that dip down as much. Um, but if I eat like the toast with peanut butter and Saskatchewan jelly that I got from my buddy in Canada, um, uh, then it's going to drop. So, but it does, and so you learn different things to eat. Another thing that I've noticed is like oatmeal isn't as bad.
Yeah, oatmeal's
Uh,
good actually. I get a minimal
and
drop.
they
I
make
do oatmeal almost every morning.
the company that makes that Kodiak pancake mix. They make a good instant oatmeal if you need it, quick and easy. And
Still, so yeah, I have always had
was
that.
it you or me?
I think that was you. I think it just froze for a second. It froze for a second, and then it dumped off.
Okay, so it was me. My chat GPT working too hard, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. ChatGPT crashed your computer. I'm just
Never know.
kidding. Um,
But I
yeah.
know I'm getting back also something I thought of because Paul said it just before I got disconnected. On those socks too, I've seen it where they have like a device, and maybe Paul, where you slip it on this brace looking like, and then it makes them wide. So then you get your foot in there, and then once you get them up on your ankles, then it's easier to pull them up.
Okay.
Wait, what do you eat? Eats protein and fat. Yeah.
Yeah, when I do too many carbs, that's when I do more of the lows. So keeping more of the balanced diet too. Yeah, having like the fats and the proteins and stuff do help. And then again, for me, also not having the super big meals, but kind of and having snacks in between.
Mhm.
Those are all things that do help me stay more level when I'm staying on that stuff. Sweet potato.
No, Mickey asked if I changed my colostomy bag in the bed. No, no, it's I wait until I get out of bed. It's easier. I'm next to the sink. Um, One day I gotta remind you and it to do my whole colostomy, how I take mine on and off. So and put that video up. I think it would be worthwhile for some people to see a quad how they do it. But I have to be up. I got a system for it. I get my baby wipes. This is only if even if I change everything. So there's always two. Some of us colostomy users use that two piece, and if you just take off the bag, put it in the trash, wipe around, and then put the new bag on. So that's how I do it. Or if I have to change the whole thing, then take it off. You always still have to wipe around, and I take a baby wipe, even though they say don't, because the baby wipe has oil, and so when you're sticking the new wafer on, um, you don't want that oil like grease that the baby wipes have. So, but I just wipe around, and then I take 4x4s, get them wet, and get a little soap, wash around, and dry it, and then stick. So one day I'll have to videotape it, but it's easier when I have my trash bag, and I order from Amazon bigger, wider opening trash bags, Mickey. And if anybody's interested, I can send you which one I do, but it's opened up a lot more than the ones you get from inside the box. Their opening is like real small, and you're like trying to deal with putting in a poopy bag into this small bag, and you're like
Yeah, you want to have
one
nice.
long move. Yeah, you're like so.
Yeah, no, those are good tips, and that's what actually last week that came up. That's what Ken Q in the chat had come up asked about colostomies, and we were gonna try to put together. I was gonna ask you. We're gonna we're gonna message you this week too, and message Ken, and try to do a colostomy show this next month, just specifically on colostomies. So maybe we can even get some like tips and things and stuff done before, and we can get maybe a couple things up, some info for people
I'd
because
be happy. I would even show it live. I'm not. I'd first clean around before we um, got on live, but uh, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind showing how I change it.
cool. Yeah, so that'd be really something great to do. I think be cool. Maybe we can talk about that after here too, and then
Yeah,
working on putting that together. So yeah, that is definitely something we will do. And now, um, yeah, we get that on, and I think yeah, start working on putting some of that stuff together and really get a good
well,
informative show
and
for
there
it.
is a chance you might be moving next week. Are you going to be moving? Is there a chance? Probably
By
not.
I don't think by next Tuesday. I honestly don't think by the no, it definitely won't be by next Tuesday. But by the following Tuesday, hopefully. Well, by next Tuesday, no, we still have to wait for the appraiser to come back out for a third time next Tuesday. Check everything one more time. So
Oh, you know what I meant to bring up too earlier is do a little like 2 seconds, but we're running late. But everybody, maybe I'm going to do that on rolling over the hill. Come join us for comments about the Super Bowl on Sunday. So that's a
okay.
teaser. Because
Okay.
I was going to do a open Q&A this week for rolling over the hill, and then I was during our show, being that we're doing it here. But maybe we'll just spill over next week. I mean, for Thursday. So
Yeah, no, I mean that was always fun. And you guys, it's also a different, got a couple other different perspectives and stuff. And that reminds me, I actually got to text Chad back. He had called me the other day, and I got to get back to Chad.
you didn't get back to somebody.
Well, no, for about for
I love her laugh.
oh,
That was a joke.
yeah, yeah. uh, will I be included in that panel? That's actually Ken. We were actually thinking about messaging you. I had thought about you when we first started talking about it. When the other Ken asked us about putting the show together. So yeah, Ken, you would be welcome and always fun. So we will make sure to to get in contact with you, and we'll start figuring out a good date for that and getting it set up.
Yeah, because I've heard of other people interested. We got somebody in the chat who's getting closer and closer, and we'll talk about the positives, the negatives, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. So look forward to that, guys. So yeah, since we are near the end talking about it and stuff, make sure to tune back in on oops, there we go, Thursday. Check out the
Smash
guys.
that like.
Little bit of an open discussion, following up the stuff. So if you guys have any questions or anything, make sure to bring them. You can get them ready. Start thinking of some stuff you want to talk about. So come on Thursday at 3:30. And then next week we will be back again. I We are actually planning, I think, to have a guest, a friend of ours, Luis with CP, hopefully coming on. I think next week. Uh, and yeah, we shouldn't be moving yet. So, and then I'm gonna do another real quick shout out just because we showed these on the last like rolling with the golden oldies, but I want to show off. Daniel does Courageous Comics. We're working on putting up another show with him, but he's working on a um, second uh, issue coming out with these cool. Oh, whoops! I forgot. I got to shrink them down. These are his characters, his wheelchair. This is one of his like awesome hero characters in the comic. And he does a whole bunch of different disabilities. It's actually not just the wheelchair and stuff. Um, so just really cool stuff. Let me shrink them back down. These are just a couple shots he had sent, and I just wanted to show him off. It's his artwork and his stuff. He does the story, does the thing, and they're full comic books. They're really nice. And he even did at Rolette's last July. He did like collaboration like couple like hoodies and shirts and stuff that he added the Live to Roll logo into with his art and stuff and had them on there and was selling them from his booth, which was cool. To have a little bit somebody showing stuff like that off. So just shout out. That's going to be another show coming up too. We're going to try to highlight his new work. He just got his first couple published this last year, I think, with doing the Courageous comics. So he just got more and more coming out. I want to share that cool stuff.
I wonder if the character he had there, if her kryptonite is a flat tire. Um, I
You'll,
had to. It was right there. It was for the taken. I had to do it.
no, that
Sorry,
is
guys.
funny. No, I
Sorry
know
for
that.
that torture. I had to torture.
You got to put in a nice little wheelchair dad joke.
Yeah, there you
Oh, nice. Bernard put Ken is full of something, all right.
go. Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty funny.
uh, and Leah's calling me about out for being in the chat on Thursday. And yes, I will try to be in the chat on Thursday. I want to do a better job of being in the chat on the Thursday shows and being active and part of the chat with everybody else. So, especially when
Well,
Bobby's running the show and I don't have to actually run it, I want to be able to do it.
there
So,
you go.
I got to do
Yeah, you'll never know what you get when I'm running it. So
it. But all right, guys, thank you guys for hanging out with us. This was a fun little conversation that went by really fast.
got something. You've got something.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. Everybody, definitely appreciate all you guys' support in the chat. This is, I think, let me see, where did it say now we're at? 277 chats for the hour. That's a lot of chats. That's a super active. So we really appreciate you guys.
Also,
And
we
let
have
me do
a
our
sponsor.
sponsors real quick. Um, Thank you to our sponsors, Mobility Professionals and Urology Professionals. Mobility Professionals is a local DME here in Southern California. So if anybody needs a new wheelchair, commode, standing frame, anything like that, I'm waiting on my final Medicare approval for my new chair. Got ordered, hopefully coming soon through Mobility Pros. But all the information down below. Give them a call, see if they can get you measured up and get you all fixed up. And then their sister company is Urology Professionals. They're actually nationwide, so anywhere in the country, if you need urological supplies, they can get those shipped directly to your doorstep. Just give them a call. They can even get you samples sent out to try some new stuff, or if you're running low on supplies or anything like that, they're really good about trying to help out those kind of things and do a lot to contribute to the community locally. So we really appreciate them, and check them out and tell them Live to Roll sent you.
I don't know about that, guys, Leah and Nicole. After a joke like that, more Bobby, I'm not. Guys asked for it, and I don't know if you're gonna want it.
No, there's always everyone always wants more, Bobby. But yeah, tune back in on Thursday, guys. Come hang out. I'm sure it will be another fun show. The open discussion Q&A ones are just usually fun and just flow really well because everybody, I don't know, we all seem to just be talking about the same thing, and there's always something going on somebody wants to talk about. So
Yep.
all right, everybody, thanks for watching again. Live to roll, and see you guys on Thursday.